Good morning. So we've been talking about habits for quite a while. So habits are all designed to get you, the good habits that you want are all designed to get you to think long term. One of the things that you got to remember is, human beings have been walking around in civilizations for about 10,000 years, but it's only the last couple hundred years that we've really gotten to a point where we don't have to worry about surviving on a daily basis. So our brains haven't really adapted to that yet. So your brain is designed to keep you alive. And so it tells you, number one, not to do things to be afraid because there could be some sort of animal around the corner that's going to kill you. And number two, when you eat something sugary or fatty or salty, your brain's response is to crave that because in the wild, you never know when that's going to show up again. So if all of a sudden you've got something that's a way to put on fat and a way to take in salt, which don't naturally occur in nature very easily, your brain triggers and says, eat all of this possible because God knows when we're going to find it again. So what we're doing right now in terms of evolution is retraining our brains to start to think long term instead of short term. So these new habits, when you're developing these habits, they're all designed to give you gains long term, eating healthy so that you can live a longer life, staying in shape so that you can live a longer life, financial independence so that you can be financially free down the road, being financially disciplined. So understand as you go through all of these things, your brain's going to resist this stuff. At the beginning, your brain's not going to be excited about it until you train it to take a look for the long-term result. So you always got to be thinking about, where do I want to be in 10 years? Where do I want to be in 15 years? Where do I want to be in 20 years? And the more you start doing those things, the more your brain's going to start thinking in that fashion and get used to thinking in that fashion and go, okay, now I understand what the long-term impact here is, what we're trying to do. So when you have these responses where you eat something, you eat a cookie and you crave the heck out of it, understand that that's your brain trying to protect you. That's your brain saying, hey, I'm operating as though it's 4,000 years ago, and we don't know when this type of sweet we're going to come across it in the woods again or out in the desert again. So eat everything you can get your hands on. Problem is now we can obviously get that stuff anywhere we want. And so we're retraining our brains against evolution. We're creating the new steps of evolution where we start to think long-term instead of short-term. So when you run into these moments where all of a sudden you have cravings, where all of a sudden, whatever the discipline is that you're creating with your new habits doesn't go perfectly, it's okay. That's your brain trying to protect you, but we're using old software that is designed to protect us thousands of years ago, not designed to create productive outcomes in the current world. In the current world, in order to be productive, you need to think long-term and you need to be disciplined in everything. You need to be disciplined with regards to your work habits. You need to be disciplined with regards to your health habits, disciplined with regards to your finances. That's what makes us successful now. That's what creates success long-term in this world. So understand, we're training things to think differently in our head now than what they've done for a long time. So it's going to take a little bit to do that. But over time, it will. And over time, it'll become habitual and then it'll become easy. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.